a 6th grade humanities, that's English, language arts, and history teacher here at Alliance Academy. Been here for 4 years. I also teach a computer science elective, and I've been doing that for about 3 years. I teach 6th graders. They're in middle school. They're crazy. Well, I've experimented with a lot of the thinking routines that ABD has given. So a lot of the parts, purposes, complexities, the systems, thinking, looking at interactions and people, and think, feel, care charts, and all that sort of thing. So I've been kind of consistently doing thinking routines, inquiry, reflections. Iran was the one who got me into the Agency by Design Fellowship, and she's always thinking about how to make learning more hands-on and experiential, and so I've definitely learned a lot about lesson planning in that way.
I teach 6th grade humanities core, so that means English and history, at Alliance Academy Middle School in East Oakland. I think what Agency by Design has added for me and us in our classrooms on top of STARTS is the thinking behind it. So with STARTS initially we were getting a lot of things to do, like amazing things to do, and then ABD just brought it to where now we can actually justify how this is moving students towards thinking more critically through their art or making processes. So some things I played around with were think, feel, care. I think we definitely used that one many times this year. And what I actually found is using that routine, it was so much easier teaching like character traits and inference making than ever before.
And then we just had this Wednesday, minimum day, where we're like, what are we gonna do? So then we decided to do Art Wednesdays or Wonder Wednesdays, where we do anything from, like, in the beginning of the year, it's like more traditional art techniques, like how to shade, how to do 3D objects using a pencil. Then we kind of go into watercolors, we go into different iterations of your original paintings and peer critique, and then we do other project-based stuff. So if we are doing a unit on ancient Sumer, they might do a clay tablet where they're writing in cuneiform. Then we had a lesson where we broke apart the tablets, the kids had to glue them back together, read the message, make some inferences about the artist and things like that. So it's definitely opened up more space for art. Having a whole day that we know, okay, we're gonna do art, the kids look forward to it. They come in on Wednesdays and they're like, Art Wednesdays. That's been great because it's also made us think about when are we gonna be doing art for each lesson. We launched an after-school makerspace this year. We've only run for 6 sessions, but the kid, like, you know, it spreads like wildfire, and the kids are all asking about it, like if they're gonna do it next year, if they can do it, why didn't we pick them, and all this sort of stuff. So I think like the more we make in school, the more it just becomes commonplace.
The unit corresponds to our ELA final unit, our novel Dragon Wings. And so that book is essentially about a young Chinese immigrant boy who comes to San Francisco in the early 1900s, like 1903, 1904, to be with his father, who he's never met, but his father back in China was this wonderful pipe maker, an artist, essentially. So that's kind of the framing of the novel and the connection to actually building kites. So Ms. Ghabra, my partner teacher, and I knew that we wanted to have one final hands-on making or building activity. With the help of Susan Wolfham's well, we came to the decision of kites. And so the question there is, or how can students navigate challenges, uncertainty, and ambiguity? So after everything that we've been doing this year around like systems thinking and maker capacities, really giving them a project where it was up to them and their peers to really think critically, to problem solve, and to be creative in the process.
One of the first lessons we did was we just got them kites, like store-bought kites, and they took them out, built them. They did parts, purposes, and complexities about the kites, thinking about how they were built, what are all the different parts, how do they work, how do they function, questions they have. And the next step was to actually start researching. We researched on Instructables and kite.org, which is like a Kite Makers of America association. And they did some preliminary like diagramming and had some ideas.
Delta kite, it's like a type of kite, like
almost like a red chain.
yeah, it's like this. This is the type of kite we're thinking about making. Like we had to figure out where everything has to go, what the length of the sticks are gonna be, and how we're gonna have to build it, and the material.
Cool. Did you guys work on that as a group?
Yes.
Yeah. One of the major goals is just around design. Thinking, are they able to design something, bring their design to life? Are they able to then, during that process, see what their successes and failures are and then come back and redesign and try to make their kites better, or if they're not flying, can they make it fly?
We're making a kite and we're testing them out and seeing which one flies better and seeing what changes we need to make.
So with the first one, it kind of broke because I think the paper wasn't really working with the wind. So now we're using like for trash bags, and let's see if that will like work it exactly with the wind. So each of those ideas, we put them together and then let's see what we figure out.
The more we make in school, the more it just becomes commonplace. You know, normally if I do some type of art, something to show understanding, you know, kids will just really sloppy with pencil, just write something out on a lined piece of paper. So now I get like 3D designs, I get dioramas with like very interesting, exciting ways of doing things, which I have not, this is definitely the most creative bunch, and I, you know, do wonder if it's something we're doing that's making them more creative as well.
I really struggled my first year here as a traditional teacher, and I was ready to walk because it just wasn't what I came here to do. And if anything, like participating in this program with the art and the making has just given me like the academic theory to justify actions I take in the classroom that like instinctually I know is what is best for students and our community.
I'm really thankful to have gotten the opportunity to work with everyone and be a fellow in the ABD community. I know we did have teachers from a lot of different diverse areas, and I'm just glad Alliance teachers got to be a part of it. I think it's really increasingly important for like Black and brown young people at low-income schools to be able to make and experiment with creating.